If you're like many property owners we know in Montana, you recently received an unpleasant surprise in the form of your increased property tax assessment. You should have received your biennial updated property assessment from the Montana Department of Revenue in the last few weeks. Many property owners felt the shock of increases in assessed value over the past 2 years, with estimated 2023 general tax estimates increasing by 30 to 50% in many cases.
The Department of Revenue connects property reassessments every 2 years for all residential, commercial, and agricultural properties. Forest land follows a 6-year cycle. For residential, commercial, and industrial properties, the assessed value is based on 100% of the market value. Therefore, any appreciation from the past 2 years is now reflected in the taxable value. If you look carefully at your 2023 Classification and Appraisal Notice from the state, you'll see that the value increase reason is often listed as market appreciation.
So now the burning question is, what can you do about these huge increases in assessed value? That ultimately depends on where the mill levies land, more so than on your assessed value. When taxable values see large increases, state statute requires the jurisdiction to reevaluate mill levies. Mill levies are the multiplier used to determine the tax liability of your property. The estimated general taxes noted in your assessment are based on the 2022 mill levies, which are subject to change.
Per the Property Assessment Division of Montana, the final mill levies are set by local governments and taxing jurisdictions. Voters may also vote to approve certain tax levies, such as a school bond, public safety bond, or library bond. It's crucial to stay informed about these updates, as they will ultimately dictate your tax liability. By mid-September, Missoula hopes to have mill levies set to determine your property tax liability.
While you can't control mill levies, you can make an appeal for the assessed taxable value of your property. If you believe the assessment you received is inaccurate, it's crucial to act promptly. Property owners have 30 days from receiving the appraisal notice to appeal. You can start your appeal by completing the AB 26 form available for download from the state's website. You can also see the comment section below for a downloadable copy.
The steps to take action. First, it's a good idea to connect with a commercial real estate professional who specializes in your area. They have a good sense of the market value of your property. Dictated by state law, the department must assess property at 100% of the market value. The Property Assessment Division uses 3 valuation models to determine the assessed value. They are the cost approach, sales comparison approach, and income approach.
You'll want to dig into files to find proper documentation to aid your appeal. Buy-sell agreement, appraisal, or broker opinion of value offers market value assessments. Additional helpful documents include a cost breakdown for remodeling and income and expense statements for investment properties.
But you'll want to check the document dates carefully. Your documentation, including sales comparables, must be dated within 6 months of January 1st, 2022.
If you don't have any of those items, there's a section on the AB 26 form that allows you to request sale comparables from the state. Alternatively, a commercial broker may be able to provide you with relevant information. You have 30 days from when you received your assessment to appeal. Most assessments were mailed out on June 30th, which means you'll have until July 30th to mail and postmark your appeal. The form should be mailed to the Department of Revenue field office noted on your assessment letter.
Remember, despite filing an appeal, you're still obligated to pay your taxes based on the assessed value. So make sure you follow the payment timeline provided to you. Even if your property is being reevaluated, the tax bill must be paid. You will need to pay these under protest.
On another note, there is no guarantee this reassessment will decrease your taxable value. Many of the assessed values we're seeing on appraisal notices from the state are close to market values. If that's the case, there's not much that can be done about it on the assessment appeal side. Your only real form of relief will be through lower mill levies. To make sure that happens, it's important that you reach out to your local elected officials to make sure your concerns are heard. For many commercial property owners who have entered into triple net leases with tenants, this tax increase or proposed tax increase may not take a direct cut out of your bottom line immediately, but over time, the increase in triple net expenses can cause a reduction in base rental rate to ensure businesses can make the all-in rent pencil.
Appreciation in value is positive for most commercial property owners. However, an increase in property taxes can be a tough hit to absorb.
An increase in property values and taxes can also be hard on business owners, tenants, and any individuals on fixed incomes. For those facing financial hardships, the state of Montana offers assistance programs. Be on the lookout for the full blog post on our website where you'll find additional resources and information regarding property tax assessments.